I'm going to give you a step-by-step actionable timeline to become a real estate investor in 3 short months. When I first started my investing journey, I also had peers that expressed interest in becoming real estate investors too. Some did and some never did. So don't fall under the category of never purchasing an investment property. I'm going to share an easy step-by-step process to start your investor journey. Let's start at the beginning. Congratulations, you decided you want to become a real estate investor. So what are the first steps? Week 1, I want you to connect with a lender and start the pre-approval process. You want to make sure you qualify for a mortgage. And if you don't qualify for a mortgage, you want the lender to explain to you why you don't qualify and how to make yourself a better borrower. For example, when I first started my real estate investing journey, I had switched from a W-2 to a 9 the year prior, and my lender explained to me I needed 2 years at a W-2 or a W-9 in order to qualify for a mortgage. So I had to reset my timeline and adjust from there. You can always reach me at Shawna@thethomasgrouplv.com for a lender recommendation. There are many types of mortgage lenders, such as hard money lenders, direct lenders, retail lenders, and you want to find the one that matches your unique situation. Leave a comment below if you want me to do a separate video on which lender I would recommend for each unique situation. Week 2, congratulations, you've been pre-approved. Now it's time to define your goals. Is it appreciation? Is it cash flow? Is it a quick flip? And I gave you a week because I really want you to sit and marinate it. When I started this process, I thought my goals were cash flow. However, I needed to be more realistic. I really only wanted to put 25% down, and in the year 2015, when home prices were lower and interest rates were lower, it wasn't realistic. I was actually in the red and coming out of pocket a few $100s a month in order to cash flow. Now in 2025, that same property is now cash flow positive, and I've gained about 90% appreciation. That's why I gave you a week to really sit and marinate in it. If I didn't pivot from my original goal of cash flow, I would have never purchased this property and I would have never gained that 90% appreciation. How I like to explain it to some of my younger investors is that a couple $100s a month in cash flow isn't going to move the needle on your lifestyle or set you up for financial freedom. However, if you're patient and you're able to hold on to a property for a long period of time, you could gain a lot of long-term appreciation, which will really affect your change in lifestyle. Week 3 and 4, research and prepare. Now, I always say the best investment property is one that is down the street from your primary home. However, that's becoming more and more unrealistic, especially for my clients that live in major metropolitan cities. So you want to look in markets where you can realistically afford an investment property. And let's say you picked Las Vegas. You want to start researching the different subdivisions, the schools, the major employers, and get a really good feel of the area and start narrowing down from there. So this is a phenomenon I'm seeing more and more in today's society, analysis paralysis. So let's say you're under the notion you could buy an investment property anywhere in Las Vegas. Well, right now, as of May 2025, there's 9,700 active listings in Las Vegas. So when you have that many options, it's really hard to actually pick one and move forward. So that's why I think it's important to narrow down which specific areas you're interested in and narrow down your pool of options so you're more likely to follow through. Start watching the market. So you want to start calculating average rental comps, homeowners insurance, property taxes, and property management fees if it's applicable to you. And you really want to watch the market. Are homes sitting on the market longer? What are their average days on market? Are properties going above ask, below ask? And really strategize how you want to move forward. Week 5. So now we're ready to start the hunt. And this could be done either virtually or in person. Majority of my clients are out-of-state investors, so sometimes you have to do it virtually. And don't get too hung up on investment home interiors. I always say you can pay money to fix the interiors, but you can never pay money to pick up your home and move it to a new location. So really focus on which areas and the interiors will follow. Week 6 to 7, start submitting offers. I notice a lot with my investor clients, we're not getting an accepted offer on the first property they submit an offer on. Because as investors, we're looking for good deals, and most good deals either have multiple offers or maybe the sellers don't want to budge on certain items, so we have to move forward. So we're looking for good deals. Most good deals have multiple offers, or maybe the seller doesn't want to budge on the price. So don't be scared to just start submitting offers. Something to also consider, in the state of Nevada, we have a due diligence period, which is basically your first right of a refusal of an accepted offer. A lot of my out-of-state clients take advantage of this and book travel arrangements during this time so they could see the property in person. Week 8 through 11, under contract and close. We'll go off the typical escrow period, which is 30 days. However, keep in mind it varies by transaction. It can either be longer or shorter. So during this time period, we go over our inspection, our appraisal, and we finally fund and close. Keep in mind, great time to start researching homeowners insurance and property management companies if you choose to go down that route. Week 12, congratulations, you've closed on your investment property. And as a realtor that works with investors, I coordinate the key pickup and exchange with the property manager. I help prep the property for rental. Do we need to make any repairs, replace appliances, a deep cleaning? Next, it's time to screen your prospective tenants and sign the lease agreement. So in 3 quick months, you're now officially a real estate investor. If you want to jumpstart your journey, I love to help. My name is Shawna with the Thomas Group. You can find all my contact information at thethomasgrouplv.com. I'll be at extension 9, and I'll see you in the next video.